Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. So I'm seeing a lot of people posting content about Threads, and like the funniest thing about all these contents that the videos I'm seeing and whatnot, just kind of like gives like a quick rundown. But I guess in this video, I'm just gonna share with you guys my straight up experience with Threads and just how it's been so far. Why do people want to know about the experience on Threads? And I think the number one reasoning is that people want to make sure that this thing is not going anywhere before they invest their time in there. There are people who literally look at follower counts as an investment. Like, oh, I put a lot of time and effort into here and I have like 5,000 followers. So, you know, they, before they jump from like Twitter to Threads, because that's the main, like, back and forth right now is Twitter versus Threads. People are like, I got like 17,000 followers on Twitter. So before they jump over, they want to make sure that their 17,000 followers that's on Twitter is also on Threads. And I can assure you more than likely they are. Okay. Threads is ever growing so fast. Okay, 100 million in like 6 days. 6 days of launch, 100 million signups. That's pretty damn impressive. And I think what and this is just my experience. Other people might think the same thing and agree with me, some might disagree with me. But I think the reason why what the hell did I just say? The reason why Threads is doing so well is the conversations, the atmosphere. Okay, while it is very similar to Twitter, the experience is not the same as Twitter. At least for me. I've seen, and this is really funny as hell because there's some people that follow me on Threads that followed me on Twitter. And on Twitter, I didn't really see them that active, that talkative, to quickly post their thoughts. But on Threads, they're like throwing out some stuff and I'm like, wow, I didn't even know like you felt that way, talked that way, thought that way, which is cool. It's cool because it's like the ice is broken. You guys can conversate. You guys can conversate and just like have fun, just sharing your thoughts and reading what they have to say and whatnot. Like that's a great feeling. It's cool. So I think that's what has me more active on Threads is just the atmosphere is so much different. I know that there's people that are diehard Twitter fans. I'm not here to convert anybody. I could really give a shit what platform you're on. I don't care what you use for your social platform. It's just the ideas that people have and the hard questions. Like one of the hard questions was like, we have a Facebook. Why do we have this now? Well, Facebook is Facebook. Facebook is it's its own thing. It's all owned by Meta, but Facebook is its own thing, sits here in its own little space. And then you have Instagram right here. Sits in its own little space. And Threads is tandem to Instagram, so it's right there with it. And it's a standalone app. And one thing that I will say off jump that I disagree with, they should not put a Threads tab in the Instagram app. It's overloaded with enough shit already. Leave Threads a separate app. Okay, it's in tandem. Leave it separate. That's all I'm going to say. Another thing I'll say about Threads is that we don't need a DM. We don't need a live streaming. We don't need stories. We have Instagram for that. All right, we do. If you want to go live on Instagram. If you want to share a story, share it on Instagram. Remember, this app is called Threads by Instagram. It's not Threads all on its own. We don't need DMs. You could do that through Instagram. And the reason why I'm okay with that is because it allows people to see who's real and who's not real. This is a tip that I use on following people on Threads. And I started doing this about a couple days ago. And I think it's a good tip for a lot of people. If you want to know if somebody on Threads is actually legitly a person, and a genuine person, then on Threads and on Instagram, the badges are underneath the usernames, right? So on Instagram, it'll show a Threads badge underneath the user, below the bio section. And if you tap on that, it'll take you to their Threads page. Vice versa, same thing on Threads. You go to their Threads profile, you see the Instagram badge right next to their profile picture. You tap on it, it'll bring you to their Instagram page. If your Instagram page doesn't have normal usage, and I don't mean putting up like downloading fake pics from Google and then uploading it to Instagram to make your Instagram build with photos. I mean, consistency. I'm looking for consistency. I'm not going to say what the consistency is because that gives people who make fake accounts a bit more leverage to make their accounts look more real. But I'm looking for consistency in a certain area. And if I see that, then I know you're legitly a person. I'll follow you back. But if you're not legitly a person, you won't get a follow from me. As simple as that. And so, yeah, they need to remain separate apps. They don't need to do what they did to IGTV. I thought IGTV was pretty awesome too as well for content creators, because if you wanted to watch content, you can go to IGTV and watch videos, right? You had Reels on Instagram, which is short form content, but then you had like long form content up to 10 minutes on Instagram through IGTV, and they put that into Instagram and they completely killed it off and just extended a reel to be 10 minutes long. So weird. So weird. But yeah, I don't need everything rolled into an Instagram app. Leave Threads separate. So I disagree with people who are like, put a tab in Instagram. No, no, no. If you want to DM, go to Instagram. If you're following someone on Threads, but you're not following them on Instagram and you want to DM them, well, hey, that's a good way for you to check if the person's legitly a person. And then you can go to their Instagram, follow them, and then you can be able to DM them, and then your DMs is on Instagram. So anyways, I am not one of those people that is like, oh, I'm on Threads now, screw Twitter, Twitter's over. I don't care what social platform people use, and I will still use Twitter. I still use it. I may not be as active on it as I was before because I'm mostly active on Threads, and hey, that's the way of it. But I'm not gonna get rid of Twitter. I'm not gonna kill off my Twitter account or none of that stuff. Like that's just not, it's not in the cards. It's not in the cards. It's not in the, yeah. Overall, right now, Threads has my attention, and the conversations on there, the interactions, and the people's behavior is really awesome, and I love that about it. And I'll go more in depth about Threads in a future video, but I just wanted to say to people, like, it doesn't have to be wars and stuff like that. Go check it out. You don't have to stay active on Threads, but I would advise people like to check it out and see if it might be your cup of tea. Like, it may suit you better. You may like the atmosphere just like I did better, and then it's a nice place to be at to chat with people. You never know. You never know. Yeah, so I'll do more coverage on Threads. Look out for those videos. If you're watching this on Gram, thanks for watching it. If you're watching it on YouTube, thanks for checking it out. And yeah, I'll talk to you on the next one.